Yo, Chicken Bacon, Connor here, and today I want to talk about the FOV slider and how it's abused in DayZ Standalone, as well as how to fix the FOV slider in order to make the game a more evenly balanced and fair playing field for everyone. So, for instance, let's look at this zombie across the airfield. It's a really tiny target, and I would be extremely lucky if I were to hit it. However, many players in a situation like this, against a player obviously, not a zombie, would opt to lower their FOV all the way in order to gain a huge advantage. So as you can see now, this doesn't look like it's such a hard shot anymore, now that I lowered my FOV and zoomed in a ton. Many players, however, opt for quite a higher FOV than mine. Personally, I play on the end of field, while other people prefer it somewhere around 90 because they get motion sickness if the FOV is too low. So when the FOV is set somewhere around here, it's almost impossible to tell where that zombie was standing from earlier. So how do we fix this? Surprisingly, we're actually going to turn to Battlefield 4 for the answer. In Battlefield 4, there's a video setting called Scale FOV when aimed down sight, and I'll show you how this works. So let's pretend I'm trying to take out this hostile lawn chair because it was stealing our oil or something. So on 90 field of view, it's a somewhat hard of a shot to hit. It's quite a small lawn chair. However, if we turn it down from 90 to about 58, just like in DayZ Standalone, it becomes much easier to hit now, and it's a much larger target. Meanwhile, on 120, as always, it's nearly impossible. But if we go into the settings and we turn off FOV scaling when aimed down sight in Battlefield, it does something that's pretty awesome. So when you aim down sight, at any FOV, it will scale it down when you aim down sight to the lowest field of view possible, which I believe is about 55 in this game. So you can run around and jump and hop at 120 FOV, but then when you aim down sight, you're in combat at 55. So I think this setting would be an amazing addition to DayZ Standalone, because players who enjoy playing at a higher field of view would no longer be at a gigantic disadvantage at longer ranges. I think the field of view scaling in DayZ Standalone should not only be applied to just when you aim down sight, but also when you hold right click to do that zoom in. This is awesome because it would make players who play at a higher FOV on a level playing field with those who play on a lower one, as well as stopping the need to abuse the FOV slider midway through a gunfight. And another thing I wanted to touch on is the fact that DayZ Standalone has a really low minimum field of view. When you scale the FOV slider all the way down to the left, it's something crazy like 30 or 40 FOV. It's next to impossible to maneuver around buildings and walk around in that field of view. You bump into walls and objects and everything is just way too zoomed in. I have never personally seen someone actually play at that FOV unless they're abusing it midway through a gunfight. So I do think that it would be amazing if we got the FOV scaling while aimed down sight, but also at the same time, there definitely needs to be a higher minimum FOV, something around 55 like Battlefield, or maybe even 60. So that way, you would, when you scale in, it would go down to 55 or 60, because if you aim down sight every single time and it went down to that really low FOV, that's the current minimum, it would be crazy. I should also mention that this should definitely be added as an option in the settings. So anyone who wants to play on a high FOV and shoot at a high FOV won't be, forced into this. It should definitely be an option in the settings, very similar to how Battlefield 4 has it, and I think that would be amazing. Anyway, do hope you guys enjoyed, and I do hope that somehow this reaches one of the developers and is implemented into the game. I think that the FOV slider abuse midway through a gunfight is complete nonsense. And there should definitely be a scaling option, so that way everyone's aimed down sight at the same FOV. Anyway, do hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more of my DayZ content, I upload a lot of first-person DayZ, so go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to tune into some of that. But otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.